On a first date, who should pay? Actually, you know what? Let's start over here. Lori, who should pay on the first date?
All right. Usually when if he paid the bill at first, I will say let's split the bill. And if he insists, like I can take this one, I will go that way. But usually I will split the bill with him.
On the first date, you'll split?
Yes.
Okay.
I think whoever invited the other should pay.
Angelina?
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense. Or if he insists on paying, he can pay. If he wants to split the bill, we can split the bill. If he's like, oh, I forgot my card, I got it. It's fine. I think as long as you're 50-50 on like the next one or like,
Yeah, I think who asked first should pay, but if he really like ask, should we split the bill, I would definitely pay the whole bill.
So if a guy asked to split the whole bill, you'd pay the whole thing?
Yes.
And then you'd never talk to him again?
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Don't give Hensley any ideas.
Okay,
don't give her ideas, but go ahead.
No, yeah, because I mean, if a guy asks you first to go out and he asks to split the bill, and it's not like as expensive as like $300.
What, 300?
No, like not that expensive. So
okay.
It's not like super luxurious or something.
Have you ever been on a date with a guy and he asked to split the bill?
No.
So of the dates that you've been on, which I suspect hasn't been many, or maybe it's been many.
No. Yeah. No.
Less than
not many.
A handful, maybe. A few.
Like 3.
3.
2. Actually.
2.
I just counted.
You just count. Okay. Of those 2 dates, did the guy pay or did you?
Yeah.
The guys paid. Okay. On the 2 dates, sure. Natasha.
If a guy wants to impress you, if he wants to see you again, if he wants to leave an ounce of a lasting impression, he should definitely pay on the first date. And if he can't afford it, then he shouldn't be going out and dating.
Hensley?
Yeah, I gotta say, like, they should probably, they pay on the first date. And if it's like a split the bill kind of thing, I'll be like, oh, you're going to be a great friend.
So if the guy wants to split, it's not happening for you.
I mean, it definitely could. It also depends on the dates. A lot of dates I go on, I'm like, you're mediocre. So if it's like a mediocre dude and I split the bill, I'm like, yeah, probably not. But if it's like someone I'm really interested in and they just are like paying their own bills, working their own stuff, maybe in a financial bind, then it would be, it depends on the situation, I guess.
So if you're really into them, you'll give them a pass if they ask to split.
Yeah.
Okay, so if it's kind of like you're on the fence about the guy and he asks to split, it's a done deal.
Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of 2 sets of rules there, don't you think?
Yeah.
A little bit. Okay. Interesting. So I think I have a opinion on this that's both men and women don't like my take on this. I don't know were you there on the panel when we were talking about who should pay?
I might have been.
Let me hear
the opinion.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, a few of you said whoever asks should pay, but the fact of the matter is that ignores the fact that the vast majority of men are the ones that ask. So your answer might as well be men should pay, because de facto men are the initiators, men are the askers. 99% of all first dates are probably initiated by men. Maybe it's 90, 97, who knows. So your answer might as well be men should pay. So there's that. And then the other thing is, you do make a good point, Natasha, though, that, yeah, like if you want to probably be viewed in the most favorable light by the woman, you should probably pay. But I have a quarrel with paying, and here's why. A lot of women will go on dates without a genuine interest in the guy. That's the issue. Maybe in the past, if you went on a date with someone, you probably were there's a good chance you were going to seriously pursue that. Now, I want a free meal. I think they actually did a study. Something like 20 to 30% of women have reported doing what's called a foodie call. Play on the word, on the term booty call, where women will just go on a date just for a free meal. And I want to go around the panel on this, and I'll finish up my No, I'll go around the panel and then I'll finish up my thoughts. So, have you ever gone on a date with a guy that you had no intention of sleeping with, Hensley?
I don't know. Yes. Yes, I'll say yes. Because I really like going on dates, but if I have no intention of sleeping with them, I'm a lot more open to the split of the bill.
I'm not sure I understand. Like going on a first date and then sleeping with them immediately after the date? Or like what?
No, but like, have you gone on a date with a guy and you were not sure if you wanted to sleep with him? Not saying that you had to sleep with him that night, but you were undecided on him.
Of course. And I think that's the point of going on dates, so that you learn more about a person.
The difference is that every single guy that goes on, I shouldn't say every single, but most men, if they go on a date with a girl, they want to sleep with her.
Okay. Well, it's not always going to happen, you know?
Yeah.
No, I would say I have no idea about them before I went on the first date. So yeah.
Okay, Angelina.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've gone on a lot of dates where the intention wasn't to like ever even like be sexual with them, at least not on the first date. Like she said, I think dates are, the whole point is to get to know someone. And if the guy has like a previously like perceived mindset on how the date's gonna go, like that's kind of his problem if he didn't mention that beforehand.
Yeah, I guess just to clarify, I don't mean having the intention of sleeping with the guy that night.
Yeah.
But you have already deemed him to be attractive enough to sleep with him. And now you're just seeing if you guys get along.
But then that's like based on, but then like, let's say you've never met that person before.
Sure.
You could meet them in person and there would be no chemistry.
Sure.
Then it's like, okay, I don't, want to have sex with this person. I'm not sexually attracted to them. That's.
Yeah. I would say for most men, when they go on a date, you have to talk yourself out of him wanting to sleep with you. Whereas I think for women, it's oftentimes the reverse. But Shania, go ahead.
That's interesting, actually. I would agree with that somewhat. But I don't think I've gone on a date where I didn't intend to sleep with them, because obviously I'm on the date because I find them attractive. And so if I find you attractive, yes, eventually I'm going to want to sleep with you. Of course, I'm not going to, that night or whatever. But so I don't think I would waste my time with someone that I have no intentions with.
Yeah, I agree. I've never gone on a date with somebody I'm not sexually attracted to.
Okay, fair enough. There's, I think it's a lot of guys' experience also that kind of related to something I previously said, is that in today's day and age, people have so many more options that they can go on a lot more dates. So if you went on a date in the 50s or 60s or 70s, the likelihood, if you did go on a date, the likelihood of that proceeding was much higher than it is today. So the likelihood of any one given interaction with the opposite sex today working out is super low. Like, I'm sure you guys have experience on dating apps in person. Like, you probably have to be talking to quite a few more people to finally meet that person that you end up in a relationship with or end up hooking up with. So from a guy's point of view, if we're always asking, we're always having to pay for the date. Phrased it? Yeah, I kind of screwed the phrasing up a little bit on the question, but so besides just foodie calls, and this is why I think men should split. I don't think men should pay on the first date. Now, there are some scenarios where I'll pay, and I can get into that later. But the thing is that a man paying is him adhering to his traditional gender roles. But the fact of the matter is that in today's day and age, my advice to men is you do not adhere to your traditional gender roles with women who are not traditional women. And newsflash, 90% of women are not traditional women. So you can't have new order for you and old order for men. So men, I don't think you should be adhering to your traditional gender roles if she's not a traditional woman. That's my take. That's and also the fact this kind of relates to women not being traditional women is people are just fucking around so much. So just point blank period, I'm not going to pay for a girl who's fucking someone else. And the fact of the matter is the dating meta as it is, you have to assume when you're first meeting someone, they're fucking at least one other person. Because I know girls that are fucking 1, 2, 3 guys. And I'm going to go on a date with you, and then I'm going to pay for your food. You're going to get a to-go bag and give it to the guy you're fucking. No. Like, to me, that's just, I might not know you're doing that, but to me, I'm not going to put myself in a position like that. So the way the dating meta is, I have to assume going in, she's fucking another guy. To me, that's not, you're not adhering to your traditional gender roles. I won't adhere to mine. So that's my take on that. I want to open it up to the panel and let you guys respond. So Hensley, come on in.
I like it. I respect it. I think dating is kind of a game. And with that said, also going along with her, you're probably not leaving a lot of impressions on these women. So they're okay to go fuck whoever else. But, you know, you didn't have to pay for their meal, but you're definitely lowering your chance of getting your dick sucked.
Lowering my chance of getting my dick sucked?
Just by a little, you know. But hey, we're not
You
traditional
know
women,
what?
so you never know.
Well, you know what, though? The thing is that most of the women in this town would consider themselves liberal, would consider themselves feminist. So my additional view is you can't be feminist until the check comes. So if you believe in equality, you have to believe in it across the board. Equality is not a buffet that you get to pick and choose from. You don't get to pick the stuff that benefits you and say, oh, no, I want the traditional here. I want the new order here. So
For sure. But were any of us feminists?
I haven't gone on a date with any of you
Exactly.
yet.
Mm-hmm.
But broadly speaking, most of the women in this town I would say are fairly liberal and would probably identify as feminist, so, or believe in equality. So,
Mm-hmm.
okay, Natasha.
I mean, I respect everything that you just said, but if I'm getting to the point of going on a date with you, that means I'm giving you a solid chance to make a lasting impression on me. Because for me, I think I have a more traditional way of going about things. I am never talking to multiple guys at once. If I find a guy interesting enough to give him my attention, I am giving him my full attention. And if he, you know, obviously it's a two-sided street, I'm going to try and portray myself in the best way possible, and I expect him to do the same. I expect there to be, you know, mutual, everyone's doing their best, you know. So I think that, you know, for girls that are really trying to get to know a guy, I mean, it's easy to weed those girls out, honestly. Like, you can just...
Which girls?
The girls that are just going on dates with you just for the free food. Or just to have sex with you. It's so easy to weed people out, in my opinion.
Well, it's not always obvious, and a lot of women are unassuming. Like, it's not... Sometimes you can tell, like, yeah, this chick, she's a big partier. She's probably fucking a bunch of dudes, right? But it's not always obvious. Sometimes the shy, quiet ones are... they're fucking, but
I guess that's true. I don't know. For me, if I'm giving you a solid chance to go on a date with me, you are my sole attention. I'm not messing with anyone. I'm not talking to anyone, really.
I respect that.
If I'm not talking to one guy, then I'm going and working on myself. I'm really not interested in men too much. I'm really interested in myself. So I don't know.
I respect that. And are you on dating apps right now or no?
I have Hinge. I don't use it. So
But that's sort of, your options are definitely a lot more open if you're on the dating app.
Yes.
But you're saying if you're seeing a guy, you're kind of going to put other options. You're going to pursue that,
yes.
see where it goes. If it doesn't work out, fine, on to the next one.
Yeah.
But you're not like concurrently dating like 3-4 guys at the same time.
No, and I would never go on a date just for the food or just for the attention. That's really messed up.
Sure.
And actually, my roommate, he was like, Natasha, you're in LA now, and if I were you, if I were a girl, I'd be going on dates like every night of the week, and I'd be getting free dinners. Like, my male roommate literally said that to me, and I was like, that's not who I am. It's not a good way to be. It doesn't build good habits, and you're not going to find good people doing that. So
Do you think that you're an outlier though, in terms of how you approach dating?
I would say that I am, because I mean, I even have girlfriends who, you know, they treat dating like kind of like a game. They want to take advantage of what they can, and girls have an advantage with dating. You know, they can pick any guy out of a room and they're going to say yes to a date, and then they're going to get free food out of a dinner, and it's going to be really easy for them. So me, an outlier, I don't know. I'm dating intentionally. I'm not dating to mess around. I don't really have time to mess around. I have things that I want to do with myself. So yeah.
What percentage of women do you think like you? If you, let's say in California.
I don't really want to be mean.
Be mean. Yeah, you can be mean.
How many girls think like me? Maybe like less than 10%. I don't know.
Yep.
It's a small, yeah, it's not a lot.
And I'm just curious, so were these values instilled in you by your parents, or is it something you like read online? Or like, how did you come to these conclusions about dating? Because for someone so young, I would say you have a very mature approach to kind of what you're looking for in your dating.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, my parents, I wasn't really allowed to date until high school. And so I was able to, you know, see my friends dating, and I was able to see the toxicity that, you know, relationships can have. And also my parents raised me teaching me like that I am worth more. Sometimes I would get into relationships with guys and my mom would be like, you are worth more than this person. Like, and she was completely right, and I didn't see it at the time. But then as you get older, you just look back on relationships and you're like, dang, like I put myself low so that I could, it has to do with self-esteem, it has to do with your view of your self-worth. And yeah, I don't know if I said that right, but.
No, it was good. Thank you. So anyways, me and Natasha had a little back and forth there, but do you have a response to what I was saying like 2 or 3 minutes ago about paying and stuff?
So yeah, I think dating is a game, but like not for advantage, but for their like different people got their own rules. So if there's like rules overlap, it's good. If there's like completely just different, yeah, it's just not the thing. That like if two people got different rules that you pay or I pay, and yeah, it's just. Oh, and what you just said, your theory doesn't work on me. Like fucking around.
What's the theory?
You said like you don't want to pay for a girl that fuck different males. Yeah.
Mouses?
No.
Oh, males. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
that doesn't work on you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the same way that Natasha's a bit of an outlier, you're an outlier too, because most women are not virgins. Well, yeah, most women are not virgins.
Most babies are virgins.
But a woman's adult human female, so.
Probably, I don't know.
I mean, probably most of the women, and I don't know what the stats are. They'd have to do a study, but I mean, it's probably like by the time a woman's 18 or 19, the proportion of them that are still a virgin and haven't slept with anybody, must be less than 10%, less than 5% probably. And they're probably going to lose it within the next year.